Hi students. So in last class we have completed that is third lesson transportation. So first lesson talks about nutrition, energy releasing system, and the second lesson respiration. Third lesson transportation. And we have completed third lesson, that is the relationship between the nutrition and respiration, then the transportation. Now this lesson talks about excretion. When the food materials enter into the body to digest it, nutrients are absorbed and sent into the cell by the respiration to the cellular respirations. Energy absorbed by the cellular respiration utilizing oxygens, glucose breakdown, energy release, the energy utilized, and the waste materials has to be transported outside the body. X means sending outside. Excretion is nothing but waste. Excreting the waste materials. Excreting is nothing but sending the waste materials away from the body. If we not send waste materials away from the body, what happens? If they remains in the body, what happens? It is very dangerous to our body. Will occur so many diseases. So either the waste material has to be stored in some parts, or else the waste material has to be sent outside the body. There is no factory they can prepare products without generating any waste. Like a factory, so our system also, this our body also, when they are preparing products, it will generate the waste materials. When we eat plenty of food materials, the useful materials are absorbed and the waste materials also generated in our body. Where these waste materials are generated, how they are generated, after releasing the waste materials, how they are going away from the body. Through the which parts these waste materials are sending away from the body. If the waste materials remains in our body, what will happen? What are the waste materials are generating in our body? We have plenty of questions like this. So this system is a very tremendous systems we have. We have every systems like digestive system, respiratory system, transportation system, excretory systems. Like we have a different types of coordination system in our body. They are linking one system to the another system. So very beautifully they are arranged. They are coordinating each others. This lesson talks about sending the waste materials away from the body. So in this process we can call the anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism and catabolism is nothing but metabolism. What is this anabolism and catabolism? What is this anabolism? Anabolism. Anabolism is nothing but building up of body materials. Building up body materials is called as anabolism. Catabolism. Breaking down of food materials. Breaking down of food materials is called as catabolism. Anabolism and catabolism is nothing but metabolism. Metabolism. Building up body materials comes under the photosynthesis. Breaking down comes under the respiration. photosynthesis, breaking down of food materials, catabolism comes under the respiration. In the respirations, when glucose is break down in the presence of oxygen, release energy, carbon dioxide and water. This process, breaking down of food materials, building up of body metals is called as metabolism. Metabolism. So, in life processes, when life processes takes place, what the products is going to release? What happens in the life processes? When we take food materials enter into the stomach, what happens? The food materials is going to break down in the presence of hydrochloric acid released in the stomach. This hydrochloric acid have a capacity to even break down the bones also. The food materials will break down into small globules. In the small intestine there are thousands of villi cells present. It absorbs the nutrients present in the food and transport into the blood. Blood carrying nutrition into the cell. In the cell, cellular respiration takes place. What is cellular respiration? Breakdown of glucose in the presence of oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide, water and energy. This energy is utilized by daily activity and some energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphates. What is the products? So we know very well in the life processes where photosynthesis takes place in the plants, in the chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight, what happens? Utilize the carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, photosynthesis process takes place. The product is glucose. And there is oxygen also into the atmospheres. So these are products. Even though this oxygen is a waste product released by the plants in the process of photosynthesis in respiration process. So this oxygen is released by plant by photosynthesis. What happens in respiration? Respiration takes place in the cell. What happens? Carbon dioxide is released. Energy is released. H2O is released. So, carbon dioxide is a waste material sent out in the body. Energy is utilized. Water is utilized. Digestion. When digestion takes place in the stomach, food materials break down, the nutrients are absorbed in the stomach. The waste materials has to be sent outside the body. Waste materials is the products. So they release and they has to be sent outside the body. These are life process and products. So when life processes takes place, what happens? Plenty of waste materials is going to release in the body. Whereas when metabolic process takes place, when the breaking down of food materials takes place, when respiration takes place, oxygen is released in plants, carbon dioxide released in animals, energy is released, water is released. What happens? When these waste materials enter into the kidneys, there are so many waste materials are released like urea, uric acid, creatine, creatinines, ammonia, water molecules, sodium, chloride. There are so many waste materials is going to release in our body. This waste material has to be sent outside the body. So among this all the urea, uric acid, creatinines, so the ammonia is the most poisonous waste material among all the waste materials. You should remember that Among all the waste materials, this ammonia is very poisonous waste materials as released in our body. This has to be sent out at the body. In your textbook, when you go for the test, blood test or urine test, so they will give a report. So once you look at the reports, page number 76, just for our observation, just I am reading, glucose fasting. Actually the glucose level should be 60 to 100 range. If you have a more than 100, then it is considered as a diabetes. If you have a less, you have to eat more sugars. Sodium, potassium, chloride, urea, creatinine, uric acid, cholesterol, triglycerides, calcium, phosphorus, bilirubin, and total proteins, albumin. These are all the materials or these substances present in the blood. So that's why the blood is a very, very important to your life. So if they are having it in a normal range, then we do not have any problems. If any high or low, we can see the percentage in high or low, then we have so many problems. These substances should be clear in the blood reports. And the urines, proteins, creatinines, calcium, phosphorus, uric acid, the range they have given 100 mg, 1 to 2%, up to 200, up to 1 grams, up to 600. So this is a very, very important in our blood and urine. So the creatine level should be very less in our body. So if the creatine is increasing, it will affect on the kidney. It will affect on the kidney. So next we will discuss the very, very important in this format, one more lab activity. Until we discussed different types of lab activity. So in 4th lessons we are going to see one more lab activity. While we are writing lab activity, we should compulsory write the aim, materials, and procedures. What is the aim? What is the aim? Observe internal and external structure of the kidney. Internal and external structure of to observe internal and external structure of the kidney. What we need? We can need a 3D model of kidney. Or else we can take live kidney of sheep or goat. Because the same kidney or this goat kidney is related to the human being kidneys. We can have a similar structure of this sheep kidney and goat kidney. Or else we can take a 3D model of the structure, internal and external structure of the kidneys. Come to the procedures. Take a freshly collected kidney from the butcher, the one who cut the animals. So we have to collect the kidney from the butchers. Before coming to the class, we should wash it thoroughly because plenty of blood is there in the kidney. In the kidney, so the blood is going to filter. The filtration of the blood takes place in the kidney. Kidney plays a major role to filtration of the waste materials. So this waste material is going away from the body. So this waste material has to be removed from the body, urea, uric acid, creatinines. So from this percentage, this has to go away from the body. This filtration will take place by the kidney. We have to collect the freshly collected kidney from the workshops. So we have to wash it with thoroughly in a watch glass containing with the water. We can take jug of water. You have to wash it thoroughly and start observing the structure of internal and external structure of the kidney. So we can see the structure of the kidney there. How it looking? What is how it's looking, the structure of the kidney? So we can see the reddish colors in the kidney. Actually, there are pair of kidneys is located outside the abdominal cavity. This is abdominal cavity. So pair of kidneys and pair of ureter also we can see. Pair of kidneys and pair of ureters. These kidneys are how they are looking like a bean-shaped structure. Have you seen the bean seed? So they look like this, a bean seeds. This kidney look like a bean seed structure. Pair of kidneys is there and pair of ureters. Some fissures are some like tubes coming away from the kidney. Pair of ureters. You can see the pair of ureters. Some vessels are entering into the kidneys. These vessels are called as artery. Some vessels coming away from the kidney are called as vein arteries and renal artery and renal veins. Okay, the one blood vessels entering, the one tube entering into the kidney, they are called as artery, renal artery. So one vessels coming away from the kidney is called as the renal veins, and left kidney and right kidney. There are two ureters arises from this kidney. So ureters, this ureters is going to attach to the bladder, where the temporarily urine can store in the bladders. So the end of the bladder, you can see the urethra. So pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, one bladder and urethra. Kidneys are having a bean-shaped structure. And what is the color of the kidneys? They have a reddish brown color. A reddish brown color. They have a reddish brown color. They are located outside the dorsal of the body. Outside the dorsal of the body. So we can see some substances present on the kidney. What is this? What is this? These are nothing but one gland, that is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is located on each kidney. Right kidney is lower than the left kidney. What could be the reason? You should find out the answer and you tell me. Okay? So this is about the lab activity. While you are writing lab activity, write the aim, materials, procedures. Observe the internal and external structure of the kidney. Materials, 3D models of internal and external structure of the kidney are same kidney or both kidney requires. Come to the first step. Coming to the school, we should collect this freshly seed or both kidney from the butcher. We should wash it thoroughly by the waters, and we should observe very carefully what is the structure of the kidney, what is the shape of the kidney, what is the color of the kidney, how many vessels entering into the kidney, how many vessels are coming away from the kidneys, fissures are coming, hillers are coming from the kidneys. So how many parts we can observe in the kidney. This is about the internal and external structure of the kidney. It's very important for 4 months. So the lab activities always very important. So in next class we will discuss. So already I have some information I have given, color of the shape of the kidney. Then we have to measure what is the length of the kidney, what is the width of the kidney, does this kidney have thickness or not, which type of blood entering in the kidney. So how these materials are filtered in the kidney, after how the filtration will take place in the kidney, how the waste materials are removed by the kidneys, what is reabsorption, does reabsorption takes place in the kidneys or not. If reabsorption is not takes place in the kidney, what happens? How the urines are stored in the bladders, it will collected by the which parts. Once the bladder is filled, how the urine will go away from the body, what happens? So how much urine we can store in the bladder? We have plenty of questions in our minds. So in next class we will discuss the internal and external structure of the kidney and the structure of the nephrons. What is the color of this internal structure of this kidney? How many parts is there in the kidney? So this is today discussion of the excretion, the sending waste materials away from the body. It's a waste disposing system, waste generating system. This is one of the most important system in our body. So the today homework is the only one homework, that is lab activity. We should write the lab activity, aim, materials required and procedure. Draw the symbol diagram of kidney. Okay, next class we will discuss detail about the structure of the kidney. Okay, thank you students.